So thanks everyone for participating in our sprint. I hope the last week was useful, and I'd like to remind you that over this week we will be polishing the deck. And so far as I remember, you will need to submit it on Thursday, and then we will pick several pitch decks, which we will pick three pitch decks, which you will present, and you will get feedback live from me next week. And we will take three more pitch decks, which I will, I will do the feedback online. You know, so we're picking like six startups which will get the feedback. So hope it will be you. It will be you. And today we have this Q and a question and answer session, so that you could ask your questions about your particular case or about the information you heard in the videos, and you want to better understand how you could improve your pitch deck or your startup, etc. So feel free to ask your questions. We will have like 46 minutes left. And just raise your hand, ask your question, and I'd be happy to help. Natalia, should we add anything else to the conversation?
Yes, I public in a chat, and I think for a few minutes, some people go in our meeting, and now it's 12 people in here. It's good result.
We can start, and as people join, they will be opportunity to will have an opportunity to ask a question, and we also upload the video, and they can ask questions probably after watch the video and ask questions after that. Yeah. So and yeah, so this video will be published on our YouTube channel. So if you're not comfortable, so please don't ask questions. But I hope it will be okay. Um, Okay, so who has the first question?
Sorry, can I go with a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, just maybe a little difficult question. Actually been attending another speech by a speaker from DePitch here in Tokyo, like 2-3 months ago. And he actually had a little bit different approach to how to build a pitch deck. So like one of the things he was saying that like basically the market side might not be that important to some areas because the investors are actually already kind of aware about the market sides, basically the market slide. So his recommendation was to put it in an appendix area,
I don't know.
which I found like very strange as advice. So
To
yeah,
be
just
honest, it sounds strange for me as well, because in most of the cases, this is the number one question. So you want to understand like how big is the market opportunity, because you say, okay, you have a total addressable market of 1.2 billion. It means that you can build a business for at least $100 million. So that's a pretty weird recommendation, I would say. At least from my experience. Probably I'm missing something. Yeah, but all the decks which I see in Y Combinator, in Techstars, or startups which I talk to from Silicon Valley, they cover this in one way or another. And this is a very flawed assumption that investors know about your market. We actually don't, because we have, especially the generalist investors, they look into many pitch decks from many industries, and they don't have numbers about those industries. So it's your job to show the market size, so that they easily and fast grasp like why. Yeah, Daria, I see your hand. Yeah, I'm just finishing the answering to the question. So I would strongly recommend it to put into the main in the main presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but thank you for your question. Daria, your question?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Actually, my question is regarding market size as well. I watched the video and also already revised my pitch deck. So I just wanted to know your basic opinion, just from having a look on my side that I posted into the group in terms of calculations and market size. Wait, I'm trying.
You can share the deck right now because I
Yes.
miss it.
I'm just, I completely understand. I'm just trying to insert the picture, or let me, what I will do. I know I can't.
You can do the screen share.
Yes, okay. Okay. Wait a second. So the whole question is about if how deep into the details we need to go on this market size slide, because everything over there, it's about assumptions and some hypotheses. So the whole point is about do I need really to go into the details or not? Do you see this slide?
So first of all, yeah. So okay, you first of all we need like at least 4 times less text at this
Okay,
slide,
okay.
and
So all these, the right details, we're actually doing the calculations, we don't need them.
more or less. So you all have data room, and in the data room, you can do you should do an Excel spreadsheet called TAM assumptions file, where you put all these details, how you do this calculation bottom up, including the links which you refer to. And typically people do this estimates like, use 2 or 3 approaches, using this information, that information, and showing that more or less the consensus forecast is about this size. But no one expects you that you show like very detailed calculation on this slide. So what will happen after the presentation? So what we want to see, so for me, when you say like $1 billion TAM, $1.5 billion, as you show, like this is a perfect TAM for me, because it shows that and if you say that like so tell me how you calculated it, like in a
And
nutshell.
then I can go into the details.
Okay. Tell me the details how you calculated this 1.5 billion euro TAM.
You literally want to know now?
Yeah.
So it all calculated from the statistics. Basically, 24 million active Spanish learners like study this language annually, and these statistics excluding school and children. I assumed the basic characteristics that 60% are English-speaking learners over there. And then according to open statistics, I also had these numbers that average annual spend on digital language learning tools is something between 100 and 150.
Okay, and you multiply this by this by this, and you
Yes.
land on one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pretty good calculation. So I'll tell you the truth. Investors rarely look at sum and sum. They actually need TAM, and there are even some slides where you show that we're addressing, like it's states like that, we're addressing $1.5 billion market, and like equal multiplying 1.5 150 multiplying by 24 million learners, multiply by 60%.
Okay.
And it could be like in big letters, and then you can add like quick comments, and you can even not dive into this sum and sum for your calculation. It could be also equally good, and then you can and you do this calculation, more detailed calculation, in the TAM assumptions file in your data room.
Okay. So just to sum up what you said in terms of my slide and how investors usually look on these slides. First, the most important is TAM, then sum and sum, and all the details should be calculated in some spreadsheet. And I just need to be very sure about all the data and hypotheses that I'm taking over there for calculation.
Yeah, sometimes you just, for example, if you do this calculation as I said, like if you show it that way, you just say like, okay, a couple of hyperlinks, for example, showing that there are 24 million learners,
Yes.
And then there is an assumption of $150,000 annually per digital, where you took it from, and that will be enough for the slide.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Thank you so
Approach
much.
this is a good bottom-up approach, and yeah, I liked it.
Okay. Thank you so much for your comment. Okay.
Okay.
I will close my slide.
Okay. So who
Hi,
will
can
be
I
next?
also ask a question, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. I have heard such an opinion, especially from YC founders on LinkedIn, that some of investors don't like top-down approach. Then we just take some statistics from general resources and assume that we have such terms, such sum, and such sum, and they say that it's better to do a bottom-up approach. Then we calculate our subscription costs, for example, multiply them by the number of users to reach 1 million in annual recurring revenue, 100 million in annual recurring revenue, and like that means that we will value some amount of money. What do you think about this, and which approach do you
Totally
recommend
agree.
to
We
use
exactly.
in business?
Yeah, I totally agree with them, because this is exactly what we did with Daria. She did a bottom-up calculation, saying like, hey, there are that amount of people. This is the subscription, how much we could charge, and this is the reliable percentage of people we take. So, because I hate those pitch decks where founder says like, "Oh, we are addressing $1 trillion market." Okay, but you're selling like accessories for the car. You're not addressing the car market. You're addressing the the market of accessories. So yeah, that bottom up approach is better, because what you need to understand, like, what essentially we do with this number. We say, okay, there are 20 million people and 1.5 billion. And we say, okay, it's safe to assume that we can build a company with $100 million in annual revenue. And given this is a SaaS business, we can assume that it will have like 6-10x multiple to ARR. So it means that we can sell this company from 600 million to $1 billion. This is essentially what we as VCs want.
Okay, but what if I have a very big market, like I am AI bubble runner trying to chase this AI things, and my market is very big. Like I can assume that any single person that uses LLMs daily or even weekly, once a week, he's my he could be my customer potentially. But you as investor understand that like that's not the point. I can't say that I'm reaching 600 million users all around the world. So what should I do to convince you that my tool is quite general?
Probably the other question which will arise is you will start from some niche, definitely, for some reason. It's hard to address like 600 million people. So probably the first 5 years you will be addressing, like, I don't know, plumbers, or data analysts, or some. You can do this calculation, but if you believe that like your bottom up approach of 600 million multiplied like $100 annually, so 600 million people multiplying to 100, it's 60 billion, right? Yeah, that's okay. It's not $1 trillion market. If if your assumptions are reasonable and safe, that's okay. You shouldn't be narrow it
Okay, thanks.
down, not to scare off. You make yourself sure that your assumptions are reasonable.
And one more question about evaluating the market. Like potentially, I can put my product into different markets. For example, I could assume that I'm hitting productivity tools market. From the other hand, I'm hitting AI voice assistants market, and thirdly, I'm addressing the market
Are
which
you doing a
helps disabled
middleware
people
solution
to
or what?
interact. Quite of middleware solution and the voice assistant. So we have a middleware infrastructure for B2B and the voice assistant for B2C. But from the technology side, that's
No,
like the same product.
Yeah, you know, technology could be applied in many ways, but like you eventually you pick the niche and you pick you know the business model, how you earn money. So probably, so you said that there is a B2B and B2C and B2G and others, but probably safe assumption would be like you're addressing only one market. And I see many people which are working AI space now, they like you know they address particular market, doing some vertical solution. So probably you could even narrow it down. I don't know, like I don't know how
Okay,
much
so
details what you're doing, but yeah, probably it narrow down.
So, and from these three markets, for example, should I point the biggest one or the one that you as investor would potentially believe in? For example, I can calculate and
Listen,
show you a beautiful calculation that we can help 40 million disabled people in America and earn a lot of money. Or I could say that we're doing some general product that potentially can be used by 600 million people, for example. And both would be true for sure. But the
so
thing is what I'm showing on my presentation.
so essentially what like what the question is what will be your go-to market? So what niche are you starting from? And what business model that you're starting from? Because you can show
Well,
like
okay.
Mhm.
Sorry? What?
So sometimes people
Show what?
sometimes people do it that way, saying like, okay, we're starting from the insurance industry, and this insurance industry alone gives us like $3 billion. And then they show the slide that we can do upsell and cross sale, or like we can address a bigger market with this solution, like on stage 2 and stage 3. You can do it that way.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Great. Any other questions so far? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so maybe another question then. So just curious about the calculating of the market size. Yeah, so basically our product is kind of like on the intersection of like cybersecurity and edtech. So would it be a valid approach to use basically incident loss numbers as metric to calculate the TAM potentially?
Okay, let's go into details about what exactly you do. So what exactly does the product?
So basically, we are doing a gamified cybersecurity training simulator for enterprise and universities. Basically, playing a game, you learn cybersecurity best practices in
Your total
entertaining way.
addressable market, yeah. So your total addressable market is potential number of users of like licenses you could sell multiplied by the price of this license. So you need to understand like how many so first of all, like do I understand correctly that this solution could be used like for a limited amount of time, like for 2 or 3 months, right?
So ideally, we want to do it as a basically a seminar base. So it's like 3-4 hour seminar.
One person, yeah, like so the seminar base doesn't sound for me like a venture capital story. It more sounds like an education business. that's fine, but it's not what VCs like. VCs typically would like, self-paced, micro-learning solutions with AI, something like that. But getting back to the point of your total addressable market, you say, okay, my training costs that much. I can sell annually to this amount of people. There is another assumption. Do they need to renew this training every year or not? Or like person once participated, not needed. I don't know. That just you tell me how it's done properly. How
So
you
yeah,
build the market.
so potentially like yeah, we have the idea is to build like a portfolio of simulators. So we're starting with the first one that basically focuses on like the very basic skills. So ideal model is basically enterprise sign up with us for like subscription based format, and they basically provide basically proceed like basically a training. So it should be conducted like every year, ideally, or even like more often for each employee. But
Is it like a safe assumption that annually any employee of a company need to participate at least once in one
yes,
of your
we can
trainings?
assume that, yes.
Yeah, so essentially your total addressable market is calculated by the number of employees in your target sub niche. For example, you're going after enterprises in the United States, and you calculate that there are like 20 million people working for enterprises.
Yeah.
And you say, this is just a wild guess. So you multiply $10 million, 10 million people by, how much annually per seat you could charge, or how much they could pay annually per seat, because they have spendings on cybersecurity education, which they already spent. And if you're providing some sort of platform, you probably will be charging them 10x less. So yeah, so that's how you calculate.
Okay, yeah, so maybe like just another question just to confirm. So we're actually Japan based. So and in current TAM slide, so I basically made an assumption, so like that we're calculating for the next 3-year period, basically. And so in our roadmap,
What geographical markets are you targeting? Are you targeting
APAC
Japanese?
currently.
APAC. Okay, great. So let's do this calculation for APAC. For corporates, I'm pretty sure my friend invests in Indonesia, for example. I believe like you can sell only to corporates in those countries, and you need to calculate, or
Actually, Indonesia is like one of the main markets we are currently planning outside Japan.
so yeah. What I learned about Indonesia is that only corporates can pay for services. Like SMBs are very poor. So if you
Yes.
address it, but and why don't you sell it in Japan? Since you live in
Oh
Japan,
no,
Japan alone.
we do try. Like ideally, currently we are starting the pilots and we are basically getting clients on board for this. And yeah, basically currently.
Yeah, because why I'm asking this, I have a friend who lived in Japan, and he said that, and I even have a video about. I can send you. You ask Natalia, and I'll send you this video
Okay.
about B2B SaaS in Japan, and that there is so much room for that. Of course, you need to like get investments from Toyota and others,
Yes.
but yeah, but the market is pretty specific, and people can do business there and do business there, and you need to adopt solutions because they use Japanese, etc. So before you go to Indonesia, you should probably go and sell it in Japan, and probably in Japan alone you could build a pretty solid business.
Okay.
Probably like wild guess, because like Japan is all about big corporations. So wild guess is that you have like 20 million people annually working in corporations.
Yeah.
And it means, and how much do you charge?
So we start from 400 USD per seat right now.
400 annually or monthly?
Monthly.
Monthly, 400 monthly. Wow.
Well, basically, sorry, annually.
Annually. 400 multiplied by 10 million, so it will be 4 billion, right?
Yes. That was just a second.
Oh, I believe that in Japan alone, you can have $1 billion opportunity.
Well, yeah, actually, like I checked, like basically APAC plus Middle East, we calculated about 9 billion TAM, potentially 9 to 10 billion TAM.
Because, there are, like, if we talk about APAC region, so Japan and South Korea, these are like two big markets where two big markets where you can sell.
Yeah, I'm
Because
just
Indonesia
like
is big in terms of the headcount, but charging 400 per employee
no, it's too much for
monthly,
Indonesia.
even annually, it's too high. So yeah, like in Japan and in South Korea, in Singapore, in Canada, or no, not Canada, in Australia, in MENA, it's just like they can pay those money.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just saying like the Japan, like why we kind of like hesitant. Well, we do start our pilots in Japan, but the problem with Japan is that corporates are usually like very slow on potential POCs.
It's everywhere are very slow in POCs.
In Japan and especially slow. It's like from my previous like work for enterprise companies, we had like POCs that took like 2 years to start in some cases, which is unbelievable to something like in US, for example. Sometimes I had like friends in like departments in US who like had like a much faster turnaround for POCs. That yeah, so we kind of like as a like safe like bet we're trying to also differentiate in APAC right now. Just in case if Japan takes too much, we move to something else before like returning to Japan. Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay. You know probably more than me about the market, so
Oh no. I mean, just like yeah, I'm just still like curious. Like, what's your opinion from the outside? Like, would be.
okay. So who has also questions?
Okay, so hello guys. Hope everyone is doing okay. My name is Princess, and I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. And I also have my co-founder. I am the founder of SkyTar LLC. I'm going to tell you guys a little about who we are. And I know we're joining late because as of yesterday, I remember sending an email, a personal chat to you, Dennis, to see if you can still accommodate us to the challenge. So it's what we're trying to do is like just think about we're trying to envision SkyTile. Okay, what we do as like not just a code, because I'm a software engineer and I'm also a project manager. So when I had this vision about SkyTile LLC, which is for space debris, where everybody, space enthusiasts, the educationists, the researchers, they want to see what's going on in space. Okay, and because we live in the US and and Americans are taking anything about space now very serious, and for out of the curiosity, and let's look at it that it's not just about me coding or my team coding or we integrating APIs and all that. So we now saw a mission where we can literally bring the unseen above us, okay? Like the satellite, the debris, the cosmic movement and all that into the hand of everyday people. I have a daughter that is 21 years, and I remember from the age of 6 years, she always said she wants to see everything going on in space. That was pretty much like a motivation, okay? And then for decades, we know how only government and major aerospace companies had access to the orbital awareness. And we think that era has to end with what we put up together. And yeah, so that's why we're here. And then when we have this vision, like our core vision is just building a platform that allows anyone anywhere to see what's going on in the space. The first thing is about we're trying to know who is our client, who is our customer, the end users, all right? Because everything we know is centered on the end users. We're trying to understand the market and then how can we go to this market. And we always know that it's always about incremental value and shipping a product that is shippable. And the product, like we already said, it's we're all going to start from the MVP.
Sorry. Could you clarify your question? Like what
So my
exactly you want
question,
to
right? So our question number one is, can we still join the challenge? Number two, again, how do we? For us now, we feel like maybe we might be limited to our knowledge, like about going to market. We want to present what we have, what we think that these are our targeted.
Yeah, you still can apply. You watch the video how to put together a pitch deck, and you could submit it by Thursday, and we will take a look.
All right. So is the video there and the email where we can, because I mean the pitch deck is ready. We'll have it ready. We want to submit it ASAP.
Natalia will send the instructions in the group on Thursday how you can submit the deck. Okay, so we will be submitting on Thursday.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's my question for now. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Any other questions?
Hello.
Hi.
Dennis, hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Eugene. My question is maybe more general, but still having such opportunity, I'm using it. As a startups, we are discussing and trying to convince the VCs that we can sell the product. We can sell something, we can sell the subscription, we can receive money. So it's like selling and buying. We will sell something every month, every day, or every quarter. But still, it doesn't mean that you will have, if we're talking about the software. So from my perspective, the main goal here is like everyday usage of the product. But I don't see any so everything is only in like amounts, dollars, and so on, but nobody is trying to convince that you can be sure that my product will be used by millions of users like every day, for sure. Or this idea is made for the using the product every day or once a day or something like that. But I thought that this is a little bit more valuable than your promise is just, I will sell something on that market. So my question is, why this KPI or value is not so interested in the pitch decks and so on, and maybe how to sell this?
We actually ask this question differently. First of all, depending on the business model, there are various parameters which could be proxies for that. For example, if you're talking about SaaS business, you will be talking and bragging about your lifetime value versus customer acquisition cost and your monthly churn. If you're doing some B2C solution, you will be bragging about your daily users and monthly users. So depending on the business model, there are some metrics which you show in the pitch deck, which are relevant and showing that people use your product. So for SaaS businesses, it's lifetime value and monthly churn. So if you have a monthly churn of 5 or 10%, yeah, that's a disaster. If you have a monthly churn of 1%, then that's a good product. And this is the proxy of what you're saying, like how people use it. But it's just measured in dollars. Because if you renew your contract, it means that you see value even if you don't use it every day. But you renew your contract, you pay more money. This is what it means. Yeah, what it means most.
Understood. Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Hello, Dennis. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Dennis, I have a generic question. For semiconductor startups, how much can be the seed round funding? Because to design one semiconductor chip, it costs a huge amount of money, and even making prototype costs huge amount.
The amount is, what are the numbers we're talking about?
Let's say even for because we are trying to build AI chip. So in AI chip race now there are NVIDIA, Google, or semiconductor companies, but we are directly not competing with big players. We are trying for low power chips, but whereas NVIDIA, Google, Amazon, they mostly work in data center. They work for their chips are used in data centers, but we are trying to make chips for smartphones, computers, etc. So even making a prototype costs $100,000. That's why
$100,000 is not much. So any deep tech company, including chip company, so you don't show like revenue traction right away. You typically show like some technological or market readiness milestones. So typical seed for deep tech company could be depending, like it all depends, but it could be $500,000, it could be $1 million, it could be several $1 million, depending. It all depends on, first of all, how cool is the technology and how cool is the founder, and later, like it's very shaky. But $100,000 for a prototype is okay. So because if you can raise like $500,000 and do next step, like and yes, you wouldn't be marketing your product yet, but
yes.
you will reach the next milestone where next stage investors could be investing. Like for example, you raise $500,000, and then you raise 2 million, and then you raise 10 million. So you
Okay.
need with the deep tech, you need to think about these technological steps, and you understand that, like for to get your product to the market, you will need like 5 years, for example, and you split it into
Not 5 years, I would say at least a 24 months it will take.
So okay, 24 months. So you say like for 24 months, how much money do you need for 24 months to take it to the market?
Yeah.
How much?
At 24 months, I think it will be I think it will be $5 million.
$5 million. So it means that
Yes.
you raise, for example, $1 million
Yes.
now, or 750, and
Yeah.
like in 12 months you will be raising 4.
Yeah, that could be
Something like that. Or in in 18 months you will be raising 4. That's okay.
Yeah, because in this space, the employees also take very high salary in this semiconductor area. Even for if we hire someone, they will even ask minimum $100,000 salary per year or more. So the salary should be paid very high. The cost of manufacturing is super high. So that's why.
You just address like deep tech VCs, which understand this play, and also and by the way, what country are you in?
Now I'm in India.
Okay, I know that India has this deep tech investment support framework. So probably you could pair some money with government funding. I don't know how it exactly works in India, but I know that I've talked to a few
But
VCs.
government process is very lengthy. Means you will not get funding like VCs in 3 months, 6 months. It will take a long time to get government funding.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm not saying that you need to rely on that. What I'm saying is that, for example, you need $5 million, and yeah, you get some funding from VCs, and probably like in 12 months you can get some funding, which will decrease the amount you need to raise, the amount you need to raise, like, or in dilutive funding from VCs. So this is what I'm saying.
Okay. And another question is, all deep tech VCs are based in California only, or all over US?
Oh, they are based all over the world, and I don't remember exactly, but there are some deep tech VCs in India. There are probably not that many, but yeah.
Mm.
But of course, California, I would say United States in general, because yeah, many of them are in California. But depending on what you do, there are some there, some in some other part of the United States. There are quite a few VCs in Europe. Actually, many VCs in Europe, including like United Kingdom, for example, is very famous for deep tech investments. Yeah, of course, in Asia, excluding China, there are very few deep tech VCs, but there are still some. For example, Temasek is a Singaporean VC, so deep tech VC, so far as I remember.
Okay, what is its name?
It's a late stage VC, like they are investing like hundreds of Temasek, but they are investing like hundreds of millions of dollars. You're not at that stage yet, unfortunately.
And the institutional investors don't accept startups, or they are also interested in early stage startups, institutional investors?
There are some institutional investors which could invest at the early stage, some at late stage.
Okay. Thank you.
Any questions? So yeah, Daria, go ahead. You're on mute.
Hello. Yes. Thank you. I have the second question regarding the pitch deck. Can I again share the slide?
Yes.
No. Okay. It's mostly regarding, I would say, presenting the team, and I would like to know your opinion in regards that I'm on the stage where I already built the platform with the use of AI solutions, and I'm basically did that without any technical co-founder. So I would and anyone else. So I would like to know what are the risks of being only one person in the team. I would say pros and cons over there. How, from the investor's point of view?
Well, typically investors prefer to have teams with several founders, but it's not mandatory. If you're a strong founder and you can build it on your own, that's okay. But given that you're doing an AI solution, and so far as I see from your experience of your description, you are more like a business person, right?
I used to work mostly as on the project marketing product side. So I'm not a developer, but I I went deeply into understanding how AI works in 2021 when we were launching AI Copywriter before ChatGPT, let's call it that way. So I'm more.
What I believe is like how crucial for your business model is AI solution.
I just rely on content generation over there, and I'm already connected with Gemini and producing the content. It's I see that my knowledge and technical knowledge by now is enough.
I understand that you started as a solo founder, and that's okay.
Yes.
question, like how sophisticated is this AI solution? Do you need to have a technical co-founder, or you could hire a CTO, like like and like it could be more like an outsourced solution?
But I would say what I'm using AI for, AI is like an internal service for content generation of the exercises. I'm on the stage where I already built this service, and yes, it generates the content what I needed. The only thing is that I'm working on stabilizing this content by prompt adjustment, by
The solution works.
Huh?
So how exactly the solution works? Please explain.
So what already was built by now, I basically built the grammar practice platform. Say it's Duolingo version 1.0 when you have just like a proper grammatical exercises with practice sessions, with dashboards, with progress tracking. And now what I did, I built the internal service that will help me to produce a proper educational content for Spanish grammar. That is, it's a special service that's already connected to all the database fields that I have, and with the help of Gemini, it produces a ready to copy and paste content for this practice.
So in general, VCs would be saying like, okay, who will be building technology, and you will say, I've built it myself.
Yeah.
And they will say, okay, that's great that you've done it, but in the long run, you will probably need to have a CTO. He or
Yes.
she wouldn't necessarily be the co-founder, but at some point you will go.
Hello?
Yeah, sorry, the kid has come. Yeah, so in the long run, you shouldn't be saying that you will be building it yourself, both technologically and on business side. But
I mean,
you can say, yeah, I'm a solo founder. I have some now I outsource it, then I will hire someone. But it is what it is now. Like you're a
okay.
solo founder. Um, you're building it, and you won't be talking actually with VCs at your stage. You will be talking to business angels, to be honest.
Why?
Like you're very early, like you are one person team.
Yes.
You're pre-revenue, right?
Yes.
No users.
No. I'm just as I mentioned here, I'm fine tuning the model to build the content, and yes, there is no. I'm preparing for friends and family launch, so yes, no users, no
Well, this
traction.
is why I'm saying that it's early
Okay.
for VCs. You probably will be talking to VCs like in 6 to 12 months.
Okay.
And now the most relevant conversation is with business angels.
I understood. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
Natalia,
much.
your question.
Not question, but I won't say about time. We have a next meeting, and maybe we have
So if you like, I believe we have time for one more question, and then we need to wrap it up for today. Any questions? So while you're thinking about it, so we as we said, like we will collect in your DAX on Thursday. Then we'll take a couple of days for our team to select the 6 which we will provide the detailed feedback. And I also wanted to announce that if you see the value of what we are doing, and if you need like more help, we have a paid version. We will announce this. We will be doing paid mini group where we can continue working, and will continue answering to your questions. So so you could reach to Natalia if you're interested, and we will send more details, and I will be happy to help you. And I understand, like if you at this point, like we're already in November, if you don't have a term sheet, most probably you wouldn't have this term sheet by December already. And this means that given how the cycles work, reliably, you will be raising money, start raising money actually in January. Probably. So you will have conversations, but closing round will be probably in January and February. And November and December is a good time to do the polishing, to thinking, do like work on your mistakes, etc. So, and we will be happy to help you in this journey. Natalia, should I say anything else? Have I done
I
right?
think
Right?
good luck. It's for some days. We will choose some project for Denis Kalishkin. I think that it will be very wonderful.
Thanks for participating. And one more quick thing is just if you felt that that this intensive is useful, please share in LinkedIn and social media. Tag me so more, tell your story so more people know that we're doing something useful, and probably they participate next time. Yeah, and we will help more people. Okay, thank you for participating, and yeah, we're looking forward to getting your decks, and good luck with all of you with your business, and I hope that you will succeed in one way or another. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thanks, bye.